myself for accepting the advert. As you just said, everybody loves them, so what could it hurt? Trust me, money was a motivator, but I had to satisfy my conscience as well. Besides, it's a free country and all. Bill of Rights, First Amendment, democracy, etc., etc. I really felt for her. Running a small town, a very small town, newspaper was always going to be fraught with conflicts like this. The community members became like family, and so to report against them was very tricky. She and I had bonded over murder of all things, and when her rented accommodation needed urgent repairs, I'd offered one of my spare rooms out here at the farm, and that had stretched into months. And so far, we were both enjoying the setup. You've done the right thing, Midge, I reassured her. I might not personally like the content, but it had to be included. Her eyes opened wide as she listened, and as always, I was struck by the likeness we shared. Both small-boned and dark-haired, blue-eyed, and what others had described as having delicate features. Being rather clumsy myself, that description never sat well with me, but ironically, I could see how it fit Midge. As my mind jumped around, my anxiety over the mayor's situation eased, and I began to giggle. Do you think this Clausen guy has any idea what he's up against? Clay is an institution. And obviously Clausen hasn't met Fiona. He'd be one tough dude if he could face her and stick around to take her on for round 2. Midge chuckled her agreement from her side of the table. I adored Fiona, but she had a reputation. In her late 50s, Jonah's mom was tall and stately, drop-dead gorgeous, had a heart as big as Texas, and was adored by everyone who encountered her. She also had an iron-strong will that wouldn't bend in the most violent of tornadoes, and that made her a fierce opponent. So, what chance do we give him? Clausen, I mean. Midge tilted her head to one side as she thought it out. If he gets 10 votes, I'd be putting money on the fact that he paid for 9 of them. The clump of boots momentarily startled us both out of our discussion. We hadn't heard Jonah's truck because he'd parked down by the road and walked up the long drive, although I suspected our laughter might have drowned it out anyway. His boots hit the steps heavily as he made his way to us, scraping out a chair and reaching for the coffee pot before he even said hello. Tiny, who'd been lying at my feet, whimpered and crawled on her belly to greet her old master. Poor baby. If ever a dog needed a pet psychiatrist for guilt issues, it was this one. Grinning, I watched her make such a fuss of seeing Jonah, reaching to him with her huge plate-sized paws, like she was making up for defecting to me when Jonah had loaned her as a guard dog several months before when a murderer had targeted me. Does this mean we're officially taking each other for granted? I asked cheekily as he poured the piping coffee into a mug. You haven't even kissed me. He grinned and leaned across to right his wrong and lifted a salute to Midge. No, Rosie, darling. It means I'm officially the owner of 2 new healthy calves whose mothers both had difficult births, and I sat up all night keeping the vet company. Yay! Shrugging, I added, Oh, okay, so not yay about having been up all night, but yay on the 2 new babies being born safe and well. His answering grin was tired. So, what were you lovely ladies giggling about when I arrived? I think we both felt the burn of embarrassment. Your mom and dad facing off with Fred Clausen, Midge admitted. How is Clay? I asked. Coping? He took a long draw of coffee and leaned back in the chair. Y'all know Dad, he began. He's being philosophical about it all. Reckons that if it's time for someone else to take over, then so be it. He'll bow out gracefully and give the other guy, or gal, his full support. Typical Clay. And Fiona? Now he took more time answering. She's fine, for the most part. She'd be happy for Dad to pull back.